The last of the pre-legislative delegation meetings took place at Freeport High School tonight for residents of Walton County. The two Florida lawmakers heard concerns and ideas for improvements from around 30 community members. News 13's Grace Villas joins us live in our studios. And Grace, that's a pretty large turnout for one of these type meetings. What kind of questions, suggestions did they have?
Tom, Walton County is growing faster than their infrastructure can keep up. There were several comments requesting funds to improve their roads as well as pedestrian safety. And while infrastructure was a focus, it wasn't the only area of concern. Walton County community members brought a range of topics for Florida Senator Jay Trumbull and Representative Shane Abbott to consider Thursday night. From a lack of funding for the arts to a lack of dental care options, there were even concerns about the recently passed Amendment 2.
A maybe new issue that's going on in our state forest, and that has to do with Amendment 2, the constitutional right to hunt and fish.
Zonia says she already expressed safety concerns to the Forestry Service and the FWC after an incident that occurred when she was cycling the Eastern Lake Trail in Point Washington State Forest.
Riding on these trails that are clearly marked for hiking, biking, there are hunters walking along the same trails with rifles. And it just seems like a very worrisome situation, especially in light of the recent Special Forces soldier who tragically died on Eglin Air Force Base because of hunting accident.
Since the legislature proposed the amendment, Zonia's hoping they can help regulate it as well. The housing crisis was another point of concern.
I'm here to just bring the representatives up to date on the current status of affordable housing in Walton County and the housing agency and how we are doing our best to help as many people as we can. There's currently a shortfall of funds from HUD and the federal government, and so we have not issued any vouchers to families since July of this year.
Baker says it was under rare circumstances that HUD's public housing program notified them in July of 2024 that there were no more funds. He says they were given false hope funds would be available this month, but just received notice they are still unable to give out vouchers.
We're just saying that we can't help you, and that's a bad situation. The cost of renting a home on the open market is going to a point where I think I got a report today that in Defuniak Springs, a 3-bedroom rental unit is running about $1,700 a month. That's very hard to pay on the salaries structure that we have in this county.
Baker says this is a high demand situation that is feeding the homeless problem. Members of the school board also requested more innovation for their schools. Many thanked the lawmakers for what they were able to do last session, but pointed out with so much growth in Walton County, there's always room for improvement.
Well, this was the last delegation meeting, Grace. What's next?
Abbott and Trumbull will take all this feedback and file requests with their appropriation committees before the fight for funds, otherwise known as the legislative session, beginning on March 4th.
All right, Grace, thanks very much. We'll keep an eye on the session very closely. It's Grace Villas reporting live in our studios.